Great British love affair with train travel is as old as the railways themselves. From the beating heart of London's metropolis to the majesty of the Scottish Highlands. Connecting coast and countryside with our great cities, the East Coast Line has it all.
Disregard that, it's a glitch.
But it's the people who give life to this railway.
I trust you.
British public are the best form of entertainment on the planet.
The East Coast Line carries 19 million passengers a year on 155 train journeys a day, along almost 1,000 miles of track. East Coast is the largest operator on the line. It runs trains, manages stations, and employs nearly 3,000 staff.
That's all you do it all day. I'm not playing with you while you're showing off.
The East Coast workforce toils tirelessly.
Handy bags, please.
From driving trains
Look at this office window. Fantastic.
to making breakfasts
Cooked that much bacon over the years, surprised I haven't turned into a pig.
to controlling the whole train set.
Morning, that's absolutely excellent, Graham.
Keeping everything on track behind the scenes and in public.
I've been standing here for half an hour.
These are the real heroes of the railway. There's one weekend that the staff of East Coast trains dread more than any other.
The train will get a delay, definitely.
A weekend that brings delays, cancellations, distraught customers, and no end of hassles for the staff.
Very, very busy. The queue is very enormous. Oh, the whole station is crowded.
Welcome to the long Easter weekend. The only weekend that strikes fear into the heart of even the most seasoned employees across the entire East Coast network.
What the? Hang on a minute.
Whether in the control centre,
On the weekends as busy as this, the objective is for it to go as smoothly as possible.
on the platform,
We're doing a job, we're getting money for our families. We're not here, we don't want any hassle.
or on board the trains.
Your ticket is for standard and this is first class.
Over this bank holiday, every train carriage is booked to capacity, and the staff up and down the line are primed to face whatever the British public can throw at
They'll
them.
not let passengers off, you see, till they cuff them or they get them under control.
Oh, and it's snowing. So all in all, the perfect ingredients for utter chaos. It's the morning of Maundy Thursday, traditionally East Coast's busiest day of the year. And the holiday hordes have begun to descend upon King's Cross Station. Today, over 19,000 passengers will try to squeeze into 75 trains, desperate to make the most of their Easter break. And bracing itself for this mass migration is the station's frontline team, which will be doing everything humanly possible to process the crowds and get Britain moving through the mayhem.
The busiest time of year at King's Cross, Christmas and the New Year period, and Easter. Easter tends to be busier overall because there's not a sort of run-up to it. We have Good Friday and Maundy Thursday is the busiest day, and people tend to want to go away on either one of those 2 days for a long weekend.
Even with the East Coast All-Stars out in force, some best-laid plans are already going astray.
Nice trip, sir. Okay, happy Easter to you. You okay there, sir?
Customer service assistant Joe has jumped into the passenger fray, guiding customers through their last-minute ticket purchases before panic or confusion take hold.
You need help there? Where are you traveling?
One single, please, to Wellingham City.
Yeah, let me sort you out. You just go this way. Most of the Easter weeks in East Coast is always very, very busy. Our job is to make sure we meet our customer expectations, we make them very, very happy, especially with Easter week. Have a nice weekend, madam. In a couple of hours, it will be very, very busy. The whole station will be chaos, but we are very prepared. I've been doing this job for 9 years. I like working with people. It's something I love very much. I love talking to people and helping them as well. I will take you to the counter. Just come with me to the counter.
But for one passenger, the Monday-Thursday madness is all too much.
Oh my God, it's my best friends. We're going away to celebrate their wedding.
No, it's very okay. We're on the case.
I'm getting
You just have to
22
calm down.
seconds.
You don't have to cry.
The customer is on her way to her best friend's wedding, but she just realized she should have printed her own online tickets at home, and her train is about to board.
That's what I was
Nothing
checking.
to worry about it. That's all the solution. Can you please check the confirmation on your email, on your BlackBerry?
I got it because it doesn't save my emails that far back. I didn't press print at home. I pressed print at the station. I know what it is.
She bought her ticket on the internet, and then it was print a home ticket.
No, I didn't press
Madam,
print
you
at
don't need to
home.
cry. You need to calm down. What you've done.
I
is going
didn't
to-
press print at home. I know I didn't press print at home. I'd never print at home.
Here you go. You got a print at home ticket.
Thank you.
Okay, sorted anyway, okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Because when I look at it, I knew that it was print a home ticket.
Not good starts the weekend.
That's okay. It's a good
Can only
start.
get better.
It's getting better.
Thank you so much. Have an amazing Easter. Thank you for making my day. Thank you both.
Bye-bye, madam. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you.
I always like happy ending anyway.
Finally, everything has been done, and she's very happy.
In the ticket office, tickets are swapping hands left, right and centre, but behind the scenes, never was so much work for so many done by so few.
What I'm doing here is that I'm ripping all the tickets ready as the reservations to go on board the train. We print them, but they've got to be ripped by hand. We do an average of 29,000 labels a day.
His name is Peter, and they call him the fastest ticket tearer in the East.
Coming as it is now at Easter, we're probably doing about 34,000 a day. It's just continuous process all day. That's all you're doing all day.
And you need to see the speed that he gets.
As I say, it's a good job. It keeps you going. As you can see, the pile is building up there now. That pile doubles just for one train.
Next time you reserve a seat, spare a thought for Peter and his lightning hands.
Steve, there's a lady at the taxi drop-off point. She needs help. We need 2 VR wheelchairs and 1 luggage. If you could just maybe get a trolley ready, over.
Anne is normally behind the scenes running the East Coast Assisted Travel Department. But today, because it's the busiest day of the year, it's all hands on deck, and she's helping her team on the front line.
What I'm doing now is to book jobs, the people that have booked their assistance, whether it's with luggage, with wheelchair, with prams, etc. So that goes on throughout the day. So today, there is 119 book jobs coming throughout the day. Can I borrow you to do me a couple of jobs? Yes, yeah? This is my little additional page, and that could end up being a full page by the end of the day. So the aim is anyone who's asked for assistance, we give them the assistance there. They are not left on the train, they are not met. That's what we do. So the boys and girls are running around like crazy, making sure everyone's met.
Because once the platform's open, everybody runs, you know, if it as well. I wouldn't mind, but I'm only going up for Are you spoiling? I didn't even know where I was when I came in.
Oh, so you know now, yeah? That's the old business.
Yeah.
King's Cross is the East Coast Line's largest station, and some passengers need a little help to navigate its 7,000 square metres and find the right platform.
Are we here now?
Yeah, we did now, miss. Thank you, take care. Bye-bye.
There is not a single train or platform change at King's Cross that is not under the beady eye of the backroom boys in central control. Today, the entire East Coast network is in the hands of Duty Operations Manager Robin, a man who dreams of a quiet life.
It's boarding. That's absolutely excellent, Graham. Thank you very much for that news. He's approaching Potter's Bar as we speak.
Robin has been doing this long enough to be wary of the holiday weekend.
It's a day of heightened awareness because we know we've got more people travelling. We stretch our diagrams so we have additional trains from London to Newcastle, and we also have an additional later train from Edinburgh to London King's Cross. Obviously, on the weekends as busy as this, the objective is for it to go as smoothly as possible, and fingers crossed, hopefully it will all go according to plan.
But Robin's a seasoned pro, and he knows that the likelihood of a carefree Easter is very slim.
One of the lads took it a little bit too far. He actually grabbed our head. That isn't right. That's assault to me.
The cathedral city of York is one of the busiest stations on the East Coast line. At the start of Easter weekend, one of the busiest weekends in the travel calendar, it's an especially popular destination. Most days you'll find guardian angel Julie helping travellers down on the platform, and when necessary on the track.
There you go. All right.
But today, Yorkshire lass Julie is nowhere to be seen. She's hidden away and revealing her more refined side.
The 1229 East Coast service to London King's Cross is at platform 5.
Calling at Doncaster, Newark Northgate, Peterborough and London King's Cross. A cafe, bar and trolley service are provided for our customers in first class. A complimentary offer is available. Nobody can, even family don't realise it's me. So no, I'm quite posh on there. I have my posh voice on this. And I just have my rough and ready voice when I'm out on platform. This is where we can see what's coming into the station, what's going out, what's delayed, and do all the announcements from here.
Customers awaiting the 1234 East Coast service to Newcastle. This service today will depart from platform 5.
And while Julie uses that voice, everybody hears what she's got to say.
All right, bye. It was my boss, he said I was too loud, but it was a platform alteration. So if you don't shout, well, no, not shout, that's the wrong word. If I don't speak loudly, people miss it and they'll say, well, I never heard them announcements. Well, they will, they won't miss this one when I've shouted on it, will they?
Easter weekend means every soul in the station is at their post, not just whistleblowers and ticket inspectors, also some of the more specialised railway workers.
Do you want your shoes cleaning?
The strangest thing that's ever happened to me as a railway chaplain was coming back from Newcastle. There was a hen party on the train, and they actually thought I was the stripper grab. So they handcuffed me with pink fluffy handcuffs. And I travelled all the way to York, much to the amusement of the staff, I hasten to add, before they would release me, having then had a glass of champagne with them, and actually succumbing to undoing my clerical shirt to a certain degree, but proving that I actually was the railway chaplain. But it was a rather surreal experience.
When he's not stripping off his collar for confused hens on trains, railway chaplain Stephen likes to offer a full service, especially at Easter time. Today, he's offering a charity shoe polish.
There you go, you can see your face in those.
So everyone can be showing off a holiday shine.
My role is railway chaplain, and I serve all of the train companies. You can have your shoes cleaned if you've got time, you know, as well. Are you dashing? OK, thank you. It's a good time, actually, to talk to people about lots of different things, people travelling. It's quite a remarkable thing when you hear the stories of why people are travelling around Easter. Hiya. Well, I can give them a clean with a wipe if you want.
All right.
These are like shiny white things that just kind of give it a bit of a... People find it strange, actually, when they encounter the railway chaplain, because people never expect the railway to have one. And yet many other industries do, obviously hospital chaplains, prison chaplains. And actually my role is very much the same as all of those. It's a role where it supports and provides a listening ear, confidential, impartial. Oh yeah, look at that now.
Hey, that's smart. That is brilliant.
Compared to that one.
I know.
Ah, thank you, that's lovely. You're a star, thanking you.
It's afternoon at King's Cross Station, and it seems like the whole city is descending for the big Easter getaway. And they've come in all shapes and sizes.
I'm off to Newcastle from a stag do, and it's very cold.
So, despite record numbers of passengers, everything's moving smoothly, for the time being at least.
Bravo calling Lima over.
Operations manager Graham is on the platform, trying to get his 9 tracks of trains out safely and on time.
Today we've got about 18,500 passengers on all of our services, just on the ones that are departing from King's Cross. A massive increase on what we would normally get throughout the day. So yeah, it makes us very busy today. And it's gradually got busier as the day's gone on, and the trains are going to now end up being full on departure from here.
So Graham is on high alert and poring over his train dispatch checklist.
We're just doing a pre-departure checks for make sure the train departs on time. Pre-departure checks are make sure the doors are closed, make sure there's no obstructions, that kind of thing. And what the? Hang on a minute. So it looks like we've got a problem with one of the watering points. Looks to be constantly blowing out water.
Just as a 2 p.m. to Aberdeen is good to go, Graham is hit by a splash of dodgy plumbing. Any hiccup could delay the train, causing an expensive knock-on effect across the network.
Platform number 1, this tanking point, it needs some immediate attention, Shaz. As soon as the guys lift it up, the water's spraying like across onto platform number 2 and over the overheads and everywhere. Well, as you can see, it's spraying water onto the platform, which ends up being a slip hazard for customers.
The train is ready to go, but the platform may have to be closed.
If there's not a quick fix available for the water, then we would look not to use platform 1. It provides tanking facilities for the whole train, so we would use alternative platforms. We only have 8 platforms available for use as opposed to 9.
Graham has been mopping up the problem, and the train is ready for departure. His last job is to make sure doors remain firmly closed, which means not everyone who wants to travel will be allowed to board.
It is. You're too late for it, though, so you've just missed it. 2 seconds, I'll come back to you. Oh, no. Sorry. Doors are locked. Yeah, it's gone 2 o'clock. Right, you've got the wrong platform, so you want that one there. You want the one next door? This one? Yeah, there. Successfully done.
It's the middle of the afternoon, and the crowds at King's Cross are reaching fever pitch. Every traveller seems to be competing for every seat.
Yeah, this is our first really busy train of the afternoon. We've got about 70 reserved in first class and 350 reservations in standard. With about 5 minutes to go, there's people standing in the ends of the carriages already.
It's impossible to plan for spur-of-the-moment passengers or predict how much luggage they might bring. And so every seat on the Edinburgh-bound train is full and the floor is packed to capacity. That means if passengers don't reserve or arrive early, they won't be boarding their preferred train.
just stop it going.
Do you have a seat reservation for it? No, it doesn't then.
What if I had a reservation?
You would be able to, so you'll need to join the 16:30 because this one's already full. So this is our last departure to Aberdeen of the day. It's very busy, it's fully reserved. Passengers going to York and Darlington. There's other services they can use, so we ask that they use them rather than using the direct departures to Aberdeen.
It's after 6 p.m. and the end of workday. Rush hour crowds crash into an already frantic station, guaranteeing that all the day's remaining trains will be packed to the gills.
Shift in, please. Make your way in. Don't block the doors, please. Very, very busy. You can see yourself. You can see the lines.
The King's Cross team have already dispatched 61 trains today and have 14 more to go. But with more and more passengers turning up without tickets, the queues are getting longer and longer.
Any problem, you call for assistance on the machines. I will assist you, please.
It's getting fraught. Packed trains and crowded platforms. But East Coast's Easter Action Plan has so far kept everything on track. Always thinking ahead, station manager Gary is making sure that passengers will still be able to board already busy trains further down the line.
Can you make that 1819 and 1830 full and standing in both on both trains in standard accommodation?
Who are you phoning up?
Control.
All right. Okay. Are you? What's the first stop on this one?
Peterborough.
Right. So you're gonna? Do you contact?
I'll be ringing them as well.
It's full and standing for most of this. There are a couple of emptier carriages further down. He's going to phone Peterborough up, tell them where those carriages are, so we can try and marshal people into those areas. Right, time start, so I'm happy with that. So it's great, mate. Most things have gone like clockwork, and that's largely down to the fact that the train service has been very, very good today. Very reliable.
And Monday madness comes to an end, after the staff managed to keep all the trains full and as close to time as they could.
Another Monday, Thursday finished. Time for home.
The East Coast team face 4 more days of Easter mayhem.
It looks like they've opened the doors now. They'll not let passengers off, you see, till they cuff them.
The East Coast train line sees 19 million passenger journeys a year, and on Easter long weekend, it feels like everyone is travelling at once. The busiest day of the year, Monday, Thursday, is out of the way. But today is Good Friday, and as another of the busiest holiday travel days of the year, it's a roller coaster all of its own. Claire is a train guard with 15 years at East Coast under her belt.
This is where the fun begins.
And she's on an early afternoon train headed out of King's Cross on its way up to Edinburgh.
Passengers booking tickets for the wrong day.
Among the Easter hordes are many less seasoned passengers who may only hit the rails once or twice a year.
Did you make a reservation, sir?
And often board the wrong train, sit in the wrong carriage, or struggle with seat reservations.
Your ticket is for standard and this is first class.
Checking tickets becomes an unpredictable business.
So, how did you come to manage to book the wrong day?
So I think that my daughter was just getting out of school and I calculated that she was coming out on the 28th and then we could leave by the 29th.
Not to worry. Right, so where are you guys going, yeah? Scarborough?
Scarborough, right.
Always busy on holidays and it never changes. Rail industry, I think, is becoming more and more popular with people travelling with all the flexible fares.
As well as enforcing ticketing, dispensing travel information and generally helping passengers, Claire also keeps an eye on the hardware. And as if she didn't have enough to deal with,
Didn't you know that was just going to happen? Watch that button.
Claire has spotted a door that won't shut. The train can't leave until it's closed, and delays on her watch are not an option.
So I'll have to watch at the next station because that can incur more delays. If it starts causing more problems, then I'll have to lock it out with use. Thanks for going in there. Good afternoon, all tickets and mail cards ready, please.
Claire's real worry is the dodgy door, but there are still tickets to check.
Thank you very much. People were standing around sitting in the vestibules, so I didn't see any spare seats, so it's just classed as full. Most trains this morning, I think, by all accounts, leaving London. Very, very busy, as was yesterday, busy. And then all guys are going to come back. I see your ticket there, please. Ricardo, hopefully you'll get a seat sometime. When it's really, really busy, you can't really get through the whole of the train, so you're not attending to everybody's needs. Well, you can do your job, but you just feel like you're constantly chasing your tail.
Claire's train is nearing Doncaster, halfway through its 330-mile journey. And as if a jam-packed train and a mixed bag of ticket demands weren't enough to deal with, she still has to contend with the dodgy door in Coach D.
When I come to dispatch here, I'll shut the doors, and if the same thing happens again like I did at Peterborough, then I'll just have to go and run and close it. And then if it is going to continue to do that, then I'll have to lock it out. I've just realised I haven't got my company mobile yet. It's this door, this is the problem. That's why that's there. So there's obviously been a fiddle with it before. No passengers can use this door now, they just have to use the other door, and then it saves us getting delayed.
And Claire is thinking further down the line by keeping the control centre in the door repair loop.
Vehicle number 12468, and it is door A for Alpha. It's been locked out of use due to it not being able to close properly en route. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.
Claire's not the only guard struggling through a stressful Good Friday shift. Up the line, just outside of York, train guard Michael has got his hands full.
Tickets there, please. Thank you.
Trying to check the tickets of 500-plus standing room-only customers wedged into every available square foot of space.
As it is, it's still pretty much full and standing all the way through the train.
You're looking for a little bit of carpet to actually sit on because people standing, sitting, and you've got luggage all over the place. Probably 90% of the people that's in the vestibules has actually got super off-peak tickets, saver tickets. It's up to them whether they take reservations or not, or ask for them. The majority of people don't, and then they just expect just to get on the train and get a seat. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Easter bank holiday, the chance of finding a seat is really, really difficult, you know what I mean?
Back on Claire's northbound Edinburgh train, her busiest shift of the year is coming to a close.
See this? Never got me today. It has got many people, but it hasn't got my train.
As the train pulls into Newcastle station and one Claire heads home,
Later.
another Claire is taking the platform. Claire, too, has been working on the railway for just under 20 years. Tonight, she'll be dispatching all the Good Friday trains.
Oh, stand clear! Excuse me! Stand back! Honest truth, a really, really bad shift. I think it's going to be really busy with the Easter holidays and obviously hen parties and stag do's. I think we're going to get quite a lot. I do think they'll get drunk as the day goes on as well, so I think we'll get quite a lot of drunk people, and I think it'll be an interesting one.
And the first incident of the evening is calling ahead to announce itself.
Do you know what it's in connection with, Darren?
No idea, I dare see the colours, man.
All right, thanks. There's a terminating service coming from King's Cross. The police have been called to it. I've asked Darren if he knows why they're being called, but we don't know yet. I think Pamela's just the way up to have a word with the police officers.
4 males who've been causing problems on the train and spat on a victim. So it looks like it's going to be assault.
The police have just got on. Obviously, we can't do anything. It looks like they've opened the doors now. They'll not let passengers off, you see, till they cuff them or they get them under control. I've been spat on before as well, mind. I have been spat on, and it's horrendous. It's horrible. It's like a violation. It's not right. But we used to have, I don't know if they've still got the spit kits, But I got spat on when somebody was actually leaving Newcastle, so really it was pointless. I didn't really report it, if I'm honest, because it was just...
I got
a
spat
shock.
on, but they went to spit on my face.
It's not nice.
But I turned so that actually spat in my hair.
Are you all right? Are you sure? Just checking you are all right, so... So did you split them up, did you? Did you put them in different carriages?
Yeah, well, they pulled the alarm and then I got complaints about them. So I went through there, I gave them two options. I said I was going to kick them all off or they can sit in different carriages. Yeah.
Despite all the aggro, Claire loves her job and wouldn't swap it for the world.
I only came for the summer season and I'm still here 18 years later. What's going on there? Can you imagine doing anything else us now? Nah. Do you know what I love? It's not about like the job. Yeah, the job's great, but it's like the people I work with as well. I just find them really funny, and I can't work in an office now. I would kill me that, having to sit looking at the clock. All right?
A typical Friday night on the East Coast line is always lively.
So one chap once, he'd walked into the pasty shop opposite my information point, he'd got a coffee, been told by the police needed a coffee to sort of sober up before he could get on the train. He walked out of the pasty shop and tripped over an invisible step, straight on his face, coffee everywhere, and I don't think he managed to get on a train that night.
It's nightfall on Good Friday at Newcastle station, and some of the passengers look like they've been partying for a few hours already.
All right, watch your don't fall, lads, all right? Stick to the side, OK?
Claire's first stag do of the evening is more like a stagger do, and a bit like herding over friendly sheep.
You're all right, I'll just keep you that way. Just so I know you're safe. All right? Just so I know you're safe. I had to dispatch the train and he was talking away and asking how old I was and would I go on a date. So it does put you off, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to put you off. But at the end of the day, I've got a job to do.
Yeah, yeah.
There, he's got one, look. You get they're happy drunks, they're culpable drunks, they're chatting you up drunks, OK. But you do get some really aggressive ones that are quite scary.
Platform drama in Newcastle as Good Friday goes bad.
No, it's upset Pam. She's away now. Why treat her like that? I don't understand it.
It's been an eventful Good Friday at Newcastle station. Customer service assistants Claire and Pam are trying to dispatch one of their final trains of the evening. But in an instant, Good Friday turns bad.
Right, go on. Yeah. Oh, now you are.
Wait. No.
Listen. Sorry about
Yeah.
my brother-in-law.
Well, that's on camera and that could be taken away.
She's not me.
Go enjoy your night. Go on.
I'm only 17. I'm funny. Childlike.
One of the lads, I think he took it a little bit too far. One of them gave her a cuddle, and then the brother came in, but he actually grabbed her head. And to me, that isn't right. That's assault to me. I don't think anyone should be like grabbing your head. You know, they go too far. It's upset Pam. She's away now. I just think that's out of order. Why treat her like that? I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will, really. And I do get annoyed about it, and I do feel like we don't get a lot of respect at times. And I think, you know, yeah, we're standing there blowing a whistle, but we're doing a job, we're getting money for our families. We're not here, we don't want any hassle. We want to get people away on trains on time. You know, we're just doing a job, we wear a uniform, but we're all human beings at the end of the day, and there's no need for that. It does annoy us, I'm not going to lie.
East Coast has hundreds of CCTV cameras on trains and platforms to help protect its staff, and it takes assaults seriously.
I reported it, but most of the time, which in that case, by the time you report it, he's left the station, so there's not a lot you can do really. You've just got to put it to your back of the mind and get on with your job.
Sometimes I go home and I can't switch off, and I think tonight I might not switch off. I might have just a nice cup of coffee, sit down, relax, and sometimes on late it takes us a while to go to bed because I often think about what's happened during the shift.
Good Friday ends on a sour note for Claire and Pam. But elsewhere on the East Coast line, a bright and clear Easter Saturday morning brings hope for a happy reunion.
One of the things I really like about being a train driver, you're seeing people get off the train and you're seeing people run up to the people that are there meeting at the station, and you know, they run up to each other and they hug each other, and it's just wonderful because you think, actually I've been a part of bringing these people together, and it's so nice to do.
Train journeys and romance have long travelled hand in hand, and East Coast's hundreds of miles of track see their fair share of long-distance love affairs. For Joyce, a school teacher from north of Inverness, and Steve, a postman from Barnsley, the East Coast line ensures that even 400 miles of separation can't keep them apart.
So you're looking forward to seeing me?
It's been a few weeks since the long-distance sweethearts last saw each other. Now, on Easter Saturday, Joyce still has 2 trains and hundreds of miles to go, while Steve has a couple of hundred deliveries before catching his train to meet her.
I'm going down from Inverness to Doncaster to spend Easter with Steve and his folks.
The couple have been dating for 4 years, and their railway reunions have a special significance. A train was the stage for their very first brief encounter.
I was going down to Edinburgh for a friend's son's first communion, and I just noticed this chap opposite me, and we started chatting.
Talked about anything really, hello and have a seat that's free. And
He said, oh, I meant to get off at Inverkeithing. And I must admit, I thought, oh, that's a shame.
there was an older gentleman struggling into a coach, and by the time he'd sat down to clear the gangway, it was too late because the train doors were shut. And I went, ah, panic.
And the next thing, people in the carriage were saying, oh, he's missed his stop, he's missed his stop. And I said, oh, it's nothing to do with me, I don't know him. To which the whole carriage just burst out laughing because it was obvious we'd been chatting, you know, all the way down. When we got to Edinburgh, he handed me a little card with his contact details on, and he said, if there's ever anything I can do for you, or anything I can do to help you, just let me know. And I just thought that was so sweet.
Well, it worked out very well, didn't it? It was one of those chance meetings to start with, and it just got better.
How are you? What's your back? You're late.
Always been a lot of trouble.
I dropped the bunny.
Oh, you never dropped the bunny?
I did, I dropped the bunny.
Thank you.
Oh. You're embarrassing me.
Good.
It's finally Easter Monday. Families have been visited, adventures have been had, and a heroic amount of chocolate has been consumed. Now it's time for tens of thousands of long weekend travellers to board an East Coast train and head for home.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. Do you have the ticket that goes with it as well, please? Lovely. Excellent.
Train guard Claire is on a London-bound afternoon express and is overseeing a very different kind of holiday crowd than she encountered on Good Friday.
It's very busy, yeah. Everybody's in a quiet mode today because they've probably been burning a candle at both ends.
In a quiet moment that express trains sometimes allow, Claire makes some light refreshments for the man in the driving seat.
Splits the journey up a bit for them. There's 3 hours in the seat just staring out the window. Especially how we don't stop anyway. Just get breaks it up for them a bit. Just put some biscuits and little goodies in there for them. There's a cup of tea for you. And some biscuits. All right? Okay. I'll see you later on. Take care.
Out on the platform at Newcastle, train guard Adrian is going to be looking after one of the last services of the Marathon Easter weekend, and he's got a special reason for looking forward to getting home.
Yeah, getting home tonight's going to be a late one. By the time we get home, it'll be 11:30, so it's getting back again for the missus, because we've only got 3 weeks left now before she's due to give birth to our fourth, so there's little disruption between here and London, the better for me, so I can get straight back. Feels like it could be any day. Hoping that baby will arrive on a day off, not when I'm in Newcastle, waiting to go back on a train hundreds of miles away. Here she comes. Let's have a look. So hopefully it's not too busy inside. Thank you, good evening, thank you. That's great, thank you very much. Cheers. There we are, thank you very much. Sorry guys, can I squeeze through there please? Thank you very much. It's quite strange, although I've got, say, 284 people around, it's actually quite a quiet train really. Everyone's very quiet, happy sat doing their own thing. So it's quite a subdued train. Must have been a busy weekend for everybody. Can I make my way that way please? That's all right please, thank you. It's a big difference from a Friday night train with 400 people on there with loud and parties and balloons. And this one's just a very chilled, calm, mellow train. Love it, yeah. Thank you, cheers.
Adrian always wears his guard's uniform with pride, but you'll never believe what lies beneath.
I've got a few tattoos. On my arm, I've got my daughter's name, which is Willow May. She's 3 years old now. And my eldest daughter, she's going to be 9 in a few weeks. So I've got some flowers and some bits there for my girls. And then on the other arm, I've got my son's name, which is a bit more bare. I've got my son's name written down there because he's going to be 11 in August. I've got space there because for my newborn when she's born. So it'll be violet along there, maybe in violet, maybe, or some flowers. I think 4 will be enough. Yeah, I will otherwise end up covered in names. Like a dictionary or a name book. Ladies and the gentlemen, we are now on the approach to London King's Cross. My third, she was born 2 weeks early. So we're heading into that kind of zone now. We've got 18 days to go till this one's due. But that is me done for the night now.
The long Easter weekend is over for another year.